High five!
In this video, we are going to learn an easiest mnemonical way to remember the actions of palmar and dorsal interossei muscles. There are 4 palmar interossei and 4 dorsal interossei muscle on our hand region. The 4 palmar interossei muscle presents on the palmar aspect of the hand and the 4 dorsal interossei muscle present on the dorsal aspect of the hand. So here in this first picture, I have represented the dorsal interossei muscles. Except this first one, this muscle is abductor digitorum mnemonic. Other than the abductor digitorum mnemonic, these 4 muscles are the 4 dorsal interossei muscles. So in this second picture, I have represented the palmar interossei muscles. Here there are 4 palmar interossei muscles. So there are 4 palmar and 4 dorsal interossei muscles. Before moving on to the action of these muscles, we should first know what is adduction and abduction. So here look at this first picture. This red colored line represents an imaginary line which is the midline of the hand region. So this red colored line is the midline of the hand region, and if the fingers are moving away from the midline, then the movement is called as abduction, and if the fingers are moving towards the midline, then it is called as adduction. This rule applies all the fingers except the middle finger. This rule applies to all the other fingers except the middle finger because the midline is already passing through this middle finger and the middle finger cannot move towards the midline. It can only move away from the midline. So there is no adduction for the middle finger. There is only abduction for the middle finger. So if all other fingers are moving away from the midline, the movement is called as abduction. If the fingers are moving towards the midline, then the movement is called as adduction. There is no adduction for the middle finger. There is only abduction for the middle finger. Okay, so now moving on to the action of these muscles. The action of palmar interossei muscle is adduction and the action of dorsal interossei muscle is abduction. We can easily see that these muscles are attached in such a way to perform its action. So the action of palmar interossei muscle is adduction, that is pulling the fingers towards the midline, and the action of dorsal interossei muscle is abduction, that is pulling the fingers away from the midline. Okay, so here is an easiest mnemonical way to remember the action of these muscles. The mnemonical way to remember the action of palmar and dorsal interossei muscle is pad and dab. We can easily remember this pad and dab. Here AD, the last 2 letters AD means adduction, and here the last 2 letters AB means abduction. So P for palmar interossei, D for dorsal interossei. So palmar interossei adducts, that is pad, and the dorsal interossei abducts, that is dab. So pad and dab is an easiest mnemonical way to remember the actions of palmar and dorsal interossei muscles without getting confused.
Wow, it's very nice.